them for the few years. I hope so. By the way, yeah, every year we are doing a small step forward. We are getting closer and closer. Still, is not enough. And once we will reach the top, for sure, it won't be enough, because everybody are pushing like hell every year and actually every race. So I'm confident we are working fine. We need to get Maverick getting the feeling, as actually today in the warm-up he got the right feeling. He was P2, but also the rhythm he had was quite good. Aleix was as well also very, very good and consistent. So to be honest, for today I was hoping for a long dry race. It doesn't look like it's going to be like that, but let's see. I mean, we are ready. I mean, we know that we are part of the game. We are in the game and we want to play.
I saw Maverick had two setups one on each bike. And was it a setup change that helped him find the feeling he wanted?
Yeah, we did a setup change today to try to get a better feeling, and it worked. I think now Maverick is in a phase where we need to get his feeling before getting the best possible bike. First we need to get his feeling, and this morning it worked. So it's a bit of a pity that he cannot prove during the race that the changes were fine on a dry condition, but we'll see. At least we did a step for sure.
Last question is, have you used this latest machine in the wet before?
No, never. I don't think many of us did it. So, well, if we manage to race at some point today, I think it's going to be very interesting.
Massimo, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we should actually congratulate Aleix Espargaro on the subject of Aprilia. Aleix Espargaro, if you've been following him on social media earlier this week, he sent out a bit of a call to arms to the Indonesian fans to try and get him over the 1 million Instagram followers mark. He promised to give away his helmet, almost to the point to throw it into the crowd if he made it. He started the week 60,000 followers away, and we're delighted to say that with a day or two to spare, Aleix Espargaro succeeded. The Indonesian fans tipped him over the 1 million followers mark. So should we get underway and should this race take place and Aleix Espargaro reach the finish of it, those fans could be lifting their hands ready to catch Aleix Espargaro's crash helmet in an hour or two's time.
Yeah, good job by Aleix Espargaro. And finally, after all the delays, we did eventually get the pit lane rubber duck. It was bound to happen, and finally Suzuki, they didn't let us down, did they? Well, those beaches have been beautiful, sun-drenched and sun-kissed all week so far. Unfortunately, just at the biggest moment of the weekend. Right now, we'd be thinking or hoping we'd be calling the second or third lap in the first Indonesian Grand Prix for 25 years. But at the moment, all we can do is look skywards and hope that at some point the rain will abate and we're going to be able to get a shortened 20-lap race underway. The pit lane, as we said, it has been delayed due to the weather conditions. The opening of pit lane, it was due to be open at 14:55. That was about 7 minutes ago, with an ideal delayed race start of 3:10 local time. And as you can see, that will not be currently happening. As soon as we have any further information about a potential race start, of course, you'll be the first ones to know. Fair play to the fans as well. They're sticking it out. They're persevering. I guess you could say in this part of the world they're used to this kind of torrential rain. I think I'm sure I was told by the locals we're kind of at the back end of the rainy season, so we've been pretty unfortunate to have been stuck with this weather. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep everything crossed so that these fans who've waited such a long time to see the best in the world in MotoGP race here in Indonesia, that they get to see some track action. As we mentioned in the warm-up session, what a day it was 2 weeks ago. What a night it was for the Gresini Ducati team. This man taking an emotional first
Starting from the front row of the grid, he starts in second place. It's the first time he started from a front row where he's not been on pole position. Of course, he's talking us through his strategy, I think, for the race, putting in a few lengths of the swimming pool that we call the start-finish straight just outside our window ahead of us. Franco Morbidelli, of course, who you saw while we were hearing from Simon a few moments ago, has that 3-place grid penalty for a practice start infraction. I'd say that's about 6 lengths of a swimming pool at the moment that Franco Morbidelli has to try and make up on the grid. He's dropped from 12th on the grid to 15th. Of course, the absence of Marc Marquez has now promoted him back up to 14th.
Yeah, Marc Marquez, after a disastrous 2 days here in Mandalika, 3 crashes at turns 10, 11 and 12 throughout the course of the weekend. He actually was praying for rain yesterday, so he didn't mind a wet race. Well, he's got his wish, but unfortunately, Marc Marquez, if you are just joining us for the first
they're going to go out in this. How difficult is that going to be for them?
Well, you know, they're happy with everything because rookie needs lap. They need to understand and learn MotoGP. We've been testing here in February with the rain, and they were amazed with the grip Michelin was having, and that track is also very grippy. So, you know, they are looking forward to go out, you know, and the qualifying on the dry was not easy. So, you know, you always hope that different track condition could be playing in your favor, but everybody thinks the same and everybody hopes the same, but not everybody will be rewarded the same, sorry.
Well, we hope to get a decision soon. Thanks for talking to us, Hervé.
Thank you.
How much do you love Hervé? It's like a movie out here. Hervé thinks it's a shower and it'll be all right in half an hour. What planet is he on?
I love his positivity. What's quite interesting, when this was announced that they were going to hold a race here at this time of year, the World Superbike race, which is around November time, that's the start of rainy season. And then they announced the MotoGP race is going to be in March. That's the end of rainy season. We are still in rainy season, this part of the world.
I think it's also a bit, we all felt it was a bit weird because it didn't hang on to another race in Asia, which would have made more sense in terms of, you know, freight and everything and people going backwards and forwards. And now everyone's got to go collect everything and go to Argentina. It's a bit strange, isn't it, how it's been sort of almost shoehorned in at this time of year.
Yeah, it's a difficult place to get to, isn't it, here? It took, on average, about 30 hours. It's 3 flights. It's not that straightforward, and I'm sure a lot of these riders now are getting hit. But that's the right attitude. You've just got to switch off. He knows he's not racing for at least probably 30 minutes minimum. So just try and relax. Do whatever works for you. Some riders want to just be like an air, just going around and smiling. Some might just want to just sit in the box and just stay focused. Everybody's different, their way of approaching it.
There are the fans sitting it out, waiting. Perhaps they know something we don't. I mean, while they're sitting there, I suppose we've got to think there's a chance that we can go out there and race. So Hervé certainly seemed fairly positive that once it stopped, they would be able to clear it.
He also said to get the bacon on and start cooking the sausages and just taking our time. I think he's thinking. I think he was thinking just like we are. This is
he'll know.
The race is not going to start straight away.
Hey, what about my big question to you, Susie? Where's the shaman? Where's she gone?
Oh, let's tell this story.
We need to interview the shaman. Can you explain that?
We must tell this story. So there's a shaman has been brought over from Bali, and she is a weather shaman, and she's done whatever she's supposed to do, and she's convinced and all of the locals that it's not going to rain, despite the fact that every single weather forecast we saw said it would rain at 3 o'clock. And she said no, and the locals were saying to us, trust the shaman. She will make it not rain. She's broken.
Yeah, she's looking for another job, isn't she, tomorrow? I saw a lady running quite fast towards the exit, and I think that could have been the shaman. And I'm hoping whoever paid for a flight here has cancelled her return, and she'll be swimming back. But
It's a shame about the shaman, really,
yeah.
because she would have been employed by British Superbikes in a heartbeat, wouldn't she? Imagine if you could stopped the rain over at Cadwell Park.
She would have made a fortune. I know Charlie Hiscott was speaking to one of the organisers, and he mentioned something about the rain today, and they said, "Well, no." And then he was explaining about the shaman, and you've got to stay positive that it won't rain, and it won't. What a lot of rubbish. Absolutely pouring down.
Absolutely pouring down. Right, Nats in the pits. She's with Alex Rins.
Well, Alex, we're watching on the conditions that aren't getting any easier. The fear that we would have conditions like this. What are your thoughts at the moment? Are we going to race? And how do you feel if you do have to go out and race?
Well, the condition is unbelievable. I hope to race because, you know, we moved till here, till Mandalika. The track is amazing, but it's so difficult to race in this condition for the water, for the rivers between the corners. So let's see if the rain stops and they can do something on the track with some machines. But for sure, I would like to race.
Up until this point, it had been a difficult weekend for you, hadn't it? You'd been feeling ill, but also with the problem with the bike yesterday. Just sum up how difficult this weekend has been for you.
Yeah, yesterday we were on fire with the bike. For sure, on Friday I was feeling a little bit sick, some virus on the stomach. But you know, I was a bit stressed for the COVID situation. I was not sure if it was COVID or not. I did some tests, negatives. Then yesterday I was feeling a little bit better, and then the fire on the bikes appeared. But yeah, today I'm feeling quite good. So it's a really shame this condition.
Appreciate you talking to us, Alex.
Thank you.
Seen down there in the Suzuki garage as the rain continues, and we have a 30-minute onward delay. So yeah, we're still waiting for this weather to stop. And Alex there talking about his woes from yesterday. It always looks quite spectacular, as indeed they look very spectacular too, don't they? In the dry, waiting for, well, there's supposed to be a kind of parade. There's a marching band. Who knows if anything is going to happen at the moment. We'll wait to see. But let's go back to the Alex Rins story then. This happened yesterday. Always pretty dramatic as the fans are noticing that they're on camera.
So what's happened there really for Alex? He's noticing there's a problem. He's thinking there's something going wrong, and then he's just looking back thinking, oh no, actually it was nothing, because it's not the engine that actually gone burst and set the bike on fire. It's a tube that was connecting the radiator, the old radiator, so it just came off and started pouring oil on the exhaust. That set a little fire. He couldn't see it initially, and then we're going to see on the next images that he will see it. There we go, that's gone proper now, and he's going to have to jump off the bike to stop it burning himself. I mean, these moments are not easy as a rider because you don't really know what to do. You're thinking, oh, where is it? Oh, and he's jumping off. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Johan Zarco did crash because of some oil on the track.
It's a shame, man. Too late,
There she is.
Too late, honestly. You're not
late.
convincing anyone at all, literally. You're still not getting paid. No. You said no rain.
Is that not a rain dance, maybe?
They're just trying to push the clouds away.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Good effort, though, I mean, but...
That is the greatest thing I've seen on television today.
Oh, superb. Do you know actually who's paying her now? Mark Marquez, because he don't want there to be a race.
But she's still you've got to admire her tenacity. Despite what's going on, she is still out there doing it.
Listen, you know when you've made a mistake. This large, you have to put a hard hat on just in case the missiles come flying in.
I'm not quite sure the riders can believe what they're seeing here.
No, the riders are loving it, aren't they?
Look at Dobby's specs, we're not going to see it. Let's just stay with this for a minute, because I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It's like last orders.
If the rain stops now and the race does go ahead, does she win?
Yeah.
Does she see her wins?
Absolutely not.
She doesn't win, does she?
No.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back, if the rain has stopped, you guys, you've got to eat your words.
I will buy her dinner tonight.
No problem.
All right, there she is then, the shaman from Bali, trying to stop it raining here in Lombok, Indonesia. A phrase I never thought that I would say. Go make a cup of tea. See you in a few minutes.
got going. We are waiting patiently, as is the entire pit lane, hoping and praying that we will get the race action underway as soon as we possibly can. There's Razlan Razli, of course, from the With You RNF team. We just saw there Darren Binder looking as relaxed and as cool and calm as ever. Nothing will phase for the South African at all. Lynn Jarvis there looking on as well. Will Fabio Quartararo get the chance to start from that pole position? The 1:31.067 that he set, just over 24 hours ago now, as yet another big bolt of lightning illuminates the sky out of our commentary box position here. And then again, there's another big clap of thunder.